Hey guys, it's John. If you're currently trying to rank #1 in Google because you think it'll drive more sales for your business, then think again. I'm going to tell you why it might not even be worth it. So let's get into it. Can you guess how many keywords I try to rank my websites for at the top of Google? Well, it's 0. In fact, I rarely even check the ranking reports. And I want to explain to you why I take that approach and why you should start doing the same. Firstly, no matter which software you're using to track your rankings, it's probably wrong. If it says you rank first, you probably don't. Not everywhere anyway. The search results depend so much on location, browser history and other factors that you ranking #1 in Birmingham means you probably won't rank #1 in Boston. And in fact, if you rank #1 in Boston, you probably don't rank #1 for everyone in Boston. Search engines are trying to make the search results as relevant as possible for everyone. So instead of focusing on ranking #1, you need to focus on delivering the best user experience possible so that when visitors come to your site, they stay there and take an action, which in turn will mean the search engines want to show you more often. Most people think that ranking #1 in Google will drive them tons more leads and sales, but in reality, this isn't even true. In fact, the data shows that on average, the #1 position in Google will only get the most traffic about 50% of the time, which means for the other 50% of the time, it's all of the other rankings getting all the traffic. So stop focusing on being #1 and start focusing on driving the most traffic to your website. Ultimately, that's what's going to be delivering the leads and sales. In fact, if you think about it, being #3 in the search results for 10 keywords, for example, is going to drive way more traffic than ranking at the top for just one keyword. Aside from the fact that ranking top of Google won't necessarily generate the sort of results you think it will, the next reason you need to stop trying to rank top is rich snippets. Rich snippets are the elements of the search results that answer a specific question, and they're picked up from the websites that have done the best job of addressing those questions. So when you're constructing your page, don't just think about filling it with tons of content. Think about the questions that people might be asking and how you can answer them. If you were creating a page about dog grooming, for example, you might want to answer the question, how do I wash a dog's coat? How do I trim their nails? How do I brush their hair? By answering these questions, you will give your website the best chance of showing up in those rich snippets and pinching most of the traffic that page generates. Many business owners want to rank #1 because their competition does, or for pure vanity. But in fact, the reality is that very few of these phrases will have the intent required to generate leads and sales for your business. Many keywords just aren't worth ranking for. Take the phrase gardening, for example, an ultra-competitive keyword that has hundreds of thousands of people searching every month. But the chances of you turning those visitors into sales are so remote because the intent just isn't there. In fact, when using generalized terms like gardening, the chances are people are just looking for help and advice, which isn't going to do anything for your business. Instead of focusing on those types of keywords, you need to focus on more specific terms like landscape gardening or gardening services, which have a much higher intent and are going to be much more useful to your business in the long term. The last reason you need to stop focusing on being top of the search engines is that even if you get there, it doesn't mean that you're going to be successful. And ultimately, that's what it's all about. Even if you manage to rank #1 for tons of phrases, but all of the people clicking on your link and coming to your website bounce and go away again, then you're not going to stay there. The search engines are all about providing the most relevant and best quality results for specific keywords, and that needs to be the focus of your page. Think about the questions people are asking, and think about your content and how relevant it is to those search phrases. And ultimately, make sure you're providing the best user experience possible so that people not only stay on your page, but click around your website and check out what else you have to offer. So there you go, there's 5 reasons why you need to stop with the vanity of trying to rank top of Google for everything and start focusing on what will drive success for your business. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, a like would be amazing. If you want to see more, subscribe to this channel. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below. Cheers then.